Hey, I'm Greg Hendricks. In this video, I'm going to show you how to parent shape nodes to create a customized looking control. So I can grab any of these circles and it treats the whole thing as one object. And what's going on here is that I have one transform node with multiple shape nodes parented underneath it. So let me delete that and show you how to create that. So I'm going to create a NURB circle and I'm going to delete the history by holding Alt Shift and hitting D, which is a shortcut for delete history. I want to hit Shift D to duplicate special, and I'm going to rotate this second circle by 45 degrees in the Z axis, and I'm going to hit Shift D a couple more times, and I'm going to grab all these, go to Modify, Freeze Transformations. So for this example, I'm going to parent these circles shape nodes to this NURB circle 1 transform node. So to do that, I'm going to select this circle, hit the down arrow key on my keyboard, and you see here it selects the shape node. Now I'm going to shift select this circle. So now I have this circle's shape node selected, and I have this circle's transform node selected. And I'll go over here and type the command parent -R, which is short for relative, -S, which is short for shape, and hit enter. And let me open up the outliner and show you what's going on. So here you see that NURB circle 2 that I just took the shape node from, and you see here that there's no more shape node. So now you just have this empty transform node. You need to delete that because you don't need it anymore. I'm going to select NURB circle 1, and now it treats both those circles as one object. And you see that shape node I just took away from the other circle and parented underneath this one. So let me do the same thing to the other two circles. I'm going to select the circle, NURB circle 3, hit the down arrow key, select the shape node, shift select my control or the transform you want to parent it underneath, type parent -R-S, and do the same for the last one. Hit the down arrow key, select the shape node, shift select your transform node, parent -R-S, and delete those empty transform nodes. So now I have one transform node with multiple shape nodes underneath it. And this technique doesn't just work for NURBS objects, it works for anything in Maya that has a shape node. So for example, I can create a locator, hit the down arrow key, select its shape node, and shift select my control, and parent -R-S, same process, and just delete the empty transform node. So you can use this technique to create any kind of control you can think of and make some really cool controls for your animators. Alright, so now let's say I want this whole thing to be one specific color. To do that easily, I'll select the object, hit Control A, go to Attribute Editor, and head over to the Transform node and go to Display, Drawing Overrides, Enable Overrides, and I'll give this a color. You see it changes the color for the entire object for every shape node underneath that transform. But let's say for example, I want this locator to have a specific color. So I can select my object, go back to Attribute Editor, head over to the locator shape, go to Object Display, Drawing Overrides, Enable Overrides, and give it a color. And now I can give that specific shape a specific color. And let's say I didn't like the way this circle, I wanted to make it a different kind of shape. So after the fact that you parent the shape node underneath the transform, you can still go to your control vertex mode and modify any of these shapes, just in case you change your mind later and you want to alter it after the fact of parenting all these different shape nodes underneath the transform. But let's say it's a very complicated controller and it has many CVs everywhere, and I know I want to modify this specific shape. For example, I can go in the attribute editor, select it here, and click the select button, and I'll select that one specific shape node. And from here I can hit F9 to go to CV mode and alter that one specific shape. before I end this video, let me show you what happens if you don't freeze transforms before parenting shape nodes, just in case you do that by accident. That way you know what happened when something goes wrong. So let me create a circle and just move it out in space somewhere. And let me hit the down arrow key, set the shape node, set my control, parent-r-s, and you see the control jumped, which is not what I want. So that happens when you don't freeze the transformations first. So if you ever build a control and you see your object just fly off in a space somewhere, just hit undo and double check that you froze transformations first. So that wraps up this video. Thanks for watching.